So, I'm finally going to make a... I've waited so long for this. Twilight Princess had a great selection of characters. While some of them are memorable and very cool, we have to say that it definitely has some of the weirdest characters in the series as well. Let's not waste any more time here. We're the TheOwnersOfTriforce, I'm on the one, and let's check out our top 5 coolest and weirdest characters from Twilight Princess. The Gorons in Twilight Princess look pretty cool. They all wear something that reminds us of diapers, but that's because this race is pretty talented in sumo wrestling. And I bet that our number 5 coolest character has a lot of strength. Darbus is the leader of the tribe, and while he looks a bit less cooler than the other leaders like Darma, with those arms, that crazy face, that hair, and if we could just put up the American flag there, he kinda looks like... Lourdes may be a bit less of a character than Darunia, which is one of our favorite characters from Ocarina of Time. But what we can say about him is that he has pride. The fused shadow found in Goron mines had corrupted him and turned him into Fyrus, the dungeon's boss. After having Link help them out with getting him back to normal, the other Gorons kept it a secret from Darbus that a human helped them out. He's a stubborn leader with a lot of pride, and would never like the thought of seeking help from humans. Without really knowing that he's repaying a favor, he even helps out Link with finding the hidden village, and we gotta say that he's cool. Down in Lake Hylia, there are a couple of people who try to do business with attractions that could belong to a circus or a theme park. That's not too bad, is it? Well, take a look at them. You can't really say that these two people look like the most normal guys. They're even contrasts to each other, that's probably a theme, with Falby being a happy clown and Fire being a sad one. Even though Fire is a very helpful guy, sending you into Gerudo Desert with his cannon and helping you fix another one, and even has a bullet bill on his sleeve, we gotta question why their attractions of fantastication are about being shot out of a cannon and grab a cocoa to collect rupees. Plus, just look at them. After finding out that one of the mirror shards are in the snowy mountains of Hyrule, and hearing rumors about a monster that has caught out Reekfish in Sora's mane, I don't think anyone expected a huge Yeti to be such a nice guy. Yeto is a really huge guy who lives with his girlfriend, Yeta, down in the Snow Peak ruins. Throughout the dungeon, Yeto helps you out by making soup, using the ingredients Link finds in different chests throughout the ruins. Every time Link has a new ingredient, Yeto can smell it before he knocks Link over, very violently. It looks painful, but he makes it up by letting Link have some soup that recovers more and more hearts as he adds some more to it. Yeto is kinda weird, but it surely is a nice one. Plus, who'd ever think a Yeti would take you snow leafing? Remember the Goron Elder from Majora's Mask? Yeah, we thought he was weird. You know who reminds us of him? Goron. He looks just as fragile and big-lipped as the Elder, though he's not much of a hunchback. Either way, he looks really weird, and that thing around this private area actually does look like a diaper, as if he couldn't go to the bathroom by himself. Goron is one of the 3 elders inside Goron Mines that gives you a fragment of the boss key. But after that, he helps out Marle and Mart by accepting donations that will make it possible to open up a mart in Castle Town. That's not really weird, but his looks sure are. The first character you meet in the game is Russell. This guy sends Link on his first trip ever out to the Hyrule Field, and even outside Faron Woods. It didn't turn out too well though. Russell is a very nice guy and the father of Colin, a brave little boy who wants to be just like Link. Russell is a member of the Resistance group that hangs out in Telma's bar. He's the one who helps Link getting into the Temple of Time, and he and his group are even helping Link out inside the Hyrule Castle. He's been with Link from the very beginning and is a great man of Ordon Village, surely deserving a In other Zelda games there are certain ways to get to the entrance of a dungeon. In A Link to the Past you can use the mirror to get back, and there should be other things I'm forgetting. In Twilight Princess you can use Uku. Not that it's weird to have a character teleport you out, but just look at this creature. Even Link can't believe what he's seeing. You don't only find Uku inside the Forest Temple, but inside every dungeon after that. Apparently, she's looking for something special that can get her home, which turns out to be the Dominion Rod. Her home is the 7th dungeon, the City in the Sky. You'd think Uku was weird, but there's a whole race of them. They're like the ugliest bird race I've ever seen. Look at the shape of the head, and it's almost unbelievable that the City in the Sky is their home. It's... I don't even... Twilight Princess has, in my opinion, the absolute best sword combat in the series. You can learn so many awesome moves like the Mortal Draw, the Jump Strike, and the Finish Maneuver, and it's all thanks to the hero spirit. By howling at these stones as wolf, Link calls out the hero spirit and can meet his wolf form somewhere in Hyrule and be taken away to what looks like the skies above Hyrule. As you can see, Death Mountain, Arbitr's Grounds, and other things around. The hero spirit is a big skeleton with armor, sword and shield. Even his wolf form is awesome. He's the one teaching Link the hidden skills, and does so in a very cool way. Many have theorized that since this game takes place after Ocarina of Time, that the hero spirit is that Link, the hero of time. This is actually something I've heard that has been confirmed by Nintendo. Doesn't that make him a lot cooler? You meet some strange people in Castle Town, like this poor man, the psychic, and Agatha. But our choice is the owner of this shop, Chudley. The store is very classy, as you're not allowed in unless you get your shoes clean. The music is very sophisticated, and his prices are unbelievably high. 9,000 for bomblings? 100,000 for the rupee armor? What is this guy's problem? These items are in no way any better than what you can find elsewhere. And as soon as you choose not to buy anything, he goes with a very snobby, "Oh, how awful to be you." How can he be such a douche? Well, all this just makes him... There's something more to him. After Marlow has reached the goal of collecting 1,000 rupees to fix the bridge leading to Castletown from Kakariko's side, Marlow Mart has become a chain, and the whole store changes completely. I mean, Chudley goes from this to this. All of a sudden there's this silly song playing, he's dancing, wearing a spinning speaker on his head, and even does kind of a moonwalk over to the items he's selling, which are now at very low prices, at least compared to what they used to be. Apparently, according to ZeldaDungeon.net, he's even changed his name from Chudley to Malver. Not that the names are weird, but it changed his identity completely. His attitude, his appearance, his prices, his look at business. Tell me he's not a weird guy. Link's sidekicks have been hated and liked for different reasons. And while people may be on one side or the other, some may even have been on both sides with Midna. We just can't deny that Midna is the coolest character in Twilight Princess. She appears very early as this mysterious little creature that helps out Link when he's first caught inside the Twilight. She starts off only caring about herself, and thought about just using Link to save the Twilight from Zant. She didn't even care about the Light World, by which I mean Zelda and Link's world. Slowly, Midna becomes more interesting and more willing to help out saving the whole world. She starts to care, and especially after Zelda gave off her powers to Midna so that she could survive after being attacked by Zant. She reveals more of a backstory throughout the game, she becomes more of a companion and goes through this big change. After starting out as someone who only fought for her own needs, she widens her vision and finally thinks about the other world as well. Midna becomes so badass that she squashes Zant after his and Link's battle She breaks through the barrier covering Hyrule Castle while in monster form, and tries to take on Ganondorf by herself. She's also revealed to be the Twilight Princess, and has a totally different form than what she has appeared throughout the game. She looks a lot more like a princess at the end, but there was nothing uncool about the way she looked throughout the game otherwise. She was a great sidekick, and might just be our favorite in the series. You can definitely say that Chudley/Mulder was a weird character, but unless you've already played this game, you might be wondering, who's weirder than him? Well, how about the little kid who created this madness? Mallow is a little kid from Ordon, and you see him very early. He looks like he's 3 years old, but acts like a smartass in the beginning. After being invaded by King Bulblin, the kids are kidnapped, but saved by Kakariko Village's own shaman, Renato. After Link fixes the problems that occurred between the humans and the Gorons, the children of Ordon wanted to help out with stuff in Kakariko Village. Mallow, that short little weird kid, starts up his own shop. While that's already weird, he's the one behind the change of Chudley's shop in Castle Town. It's now called Mallow Mart. And how in the world did he have the influence to actually change this shop and that person that much? There are pictures of him inside, statues, people dancing to this crazy music. The music is also playing at the Mart Kakariko Village. Oh hey, Gore Eviso's dancing as well. And it doesn't really make him look better. Mallow is definitely the weirdest character in Twilight Princess, and I'm sure you all saw this coming. A tiny boy from a small village who starts up a shop that actually becomes a sort of a chain and changes up the whole store in Castletown, surely is something special. Thanks for watching.